Good afternoon, squad. My name is Cadet Bell. This is the mission and concept of the operation and just kind of the COA sketch and starting parts of this squad execution brief. First off, we are 1st Squad, 1st Platoon, Charlie Company, 1/5 Infantry. We got Gun 1 attached to us from Weapons Squad, and we are tasked with attacking to destroy the mortar team on Objective Phantom with Gun 1 no later than August 30th at 2200 in order to deny enemy influence on the battalion main effort. I repeat, 1st Squad, 1st Platoon, Charlie Company, 1/5 Infantry with Gun 1 from Weapons Squad is attacking to destroy the mortar team on Objective Phantom no later than August 30th, 2200 in order to deny enemy influence on the battalion main effort. The purpose of this operation, like I said, is to destroy that mortar team. That's why this is the decisive point, because we need to make sure that the mortar team's equipment is destroyed, not only that the people there, because if they have reinforcements and they can come in and they can just re-up that equipment. So we need to make sure that the mortar equipment is destroyed so the battalion main effort is allowed to posture for offensive operations. We're going to accomplish this mission by conducting infiltration. Bravo Squad is going to be our main effort. We're going to do an infiltration for the undetected movement through the Objective Phantom, and then we're going to assume risk for this overall operation through our long range, not so supported patrols, and we're going to mitigate that risk by choosing this primary route, which will allow for us to have the best concealment for our patrol. Like I said, the main effort is going to be Bravo team, 1st Squad, 1st Platoon. They are going to assault through the objective using these two routes, route cold, route hot, and their job is to attack by fire to destroy that Objective Phantom. And Alpha team, 1st Squad, 1st Platoon is going to be in the security position. They're going to be faced postured southwest west, and they're going to interdict any enemy infill along these two roads, putting emphasis on this route right here because there is an enemy CSK 141 squad about a click away to the west. So we're going to put emphasis there, and then they're just going to deny the enemy influence on the squad main effort, which would be Bravo Squad or Bravo team. The other supporting effort is going to be Gun 1 from Weapons Squad. They're going to support by fire on Objective Phantom for Bravo team. They're going to enable 1st Squad to destroy Objective Phantom, and ultimately their job is to take out that mortar team equipment with the 240 Bravo. Like I said, phases 1 and 2. Phase 1 begins at the patrol base. Phase 2 is going to be our actions towards the ORP. We're going to follow primary route 1 for that maximized concealment. Phase 3 is going to start at the ORP and is going to end with the initiation on the objective, with focuses on undetected movement, a successful leader's recon that secures the RP, and then that also confirms our assault line, our support by fire position, and our security position. And then phase 4, actions on the objective, begins with the initiation on Objective Phantom and will end with the squad reconsolidated at ORP. For phase 4, we need to make sure that we have a surprise achieved. The mortar team and the equipment must be destroyed, and we want to stay under 7.5 minutes because that enemy CSK 141 squad could probably get into the objective in under 15 minutes, so we want to be in and out. And then we want no friendly casualties, and we want to maintain comms with hire. Phase 5 begins at the ORP and ends back at the patrol base. We're going to have a rapid exfil for that undetected movement, maintain comms with hire, and no friendly casualties. After this, I'm going to point you guys towards the terrain model. First off, I'm going to orient you to my terrain model. Looking at the terrain model, north is pointing in that direction. We're looking at about a couple kilometers, maybe 3 kilometers of space here. The red is going to be the enemy objective. This is Objective Phantom. As you can see by the labels, the yellow is going to be the phase line. The phase lines 1, 2, and 3. This one's going to be our LOA 2. The blue yarn is going to be the friendly routes. We got route security, route release, assault, support, and this is going to be route cold, route hot through the objective. And the black is going to be the roads leading in and out of the objective and in the terrain. So first off, with the scheme of maneuver, phase 3, recon isolation. Phase sequence is going to be the leader's recon, ORP Gatwa. Gatwa 1's happening at the ORP. They're going to, and then in place the S&O team at the RP, give Gatwa 2, pinpoint the objective, the security, the support by fire, and the assault positions, and confirm those. Then they're going to turn to the RP and then back to the ORP. Then the AG is going to place Gun 1 at the support by fire position. Alpha team leader will move Alpha team to the observation post at the same time. And then Bravo team leader will place Bravo team on the assault line, phase line 1, just before the road. right after the support by fire and the security position is confirmed. Support by fire will initiate with FM confirmation once Bravo team is set on phase line 1. And Alpha team leader will keep time and update every 1.5 minutes over the radio. Like I said previously, we want to be in and out of this objective in right about 7.5 minutes. The leader's recon GOTWA starting at the ORP is going to consist of the Alpha team leader, Bravo team leader, the SNO team, which will be Bravo team, the Bravo team rifleman, and the grenadier, and then the AG will also be tagging along. They have an hour and a half, no more, for that first GOTWA. They're going to be in a traveling Overwatch wedge formation. For the GOTWA happening at the SNO, that'll be everybody except that SNO team, so the Alpha team leader, Bravo team leader, and the AG. They have 1 hour. They're going to be traveling in a file, traveling Overwatch. To go back to the ORP and the RP, we're going to use VS17 panels, 3 flashes. If any part of the leader's recon takes contact, they're going to immediately break contact, pick up the SNO team at the RP, head to the ORP, fight from the ORP, and maintain comms with higher over the TCN. Do note that throughout these phases, the CO is going to be at the patrol base, as long with the PL, she will also be at the patrol base. Some contingencies. If Objective Phantom is unoccupied, abort mission, follow primary route back to the patrol base. Hard compromise if we're made out by the enemy, break contact to ORP, fight from the ORP. Soft compromise, contact PL on radio for decision. Our pace is going to be P, TCN, A, FM, C, shot nano, E, runner. This will end with initiation on the Objective Phantom. For phase 4 actions on the objective, we're going to start with the support by fire. They're going to initiate fire once Bravo team is set, and on phase line 1, they're going to initiate on the mortar team equipment. Support by fire engages between TRPs 3 and 2, and they're going to go cyclic for rate of fire for 15 seconds, while the M4s are on rapid rate of fire for 20 seconds. They're going to drop down to sustained. The M4s are going to engage soft targets in the open and nearby. The 240 is going to engage the hard targets in cover and with emphasis on that mortar equipment, because that is the decisive point. And then the assault will engage targets between TRPs 1 and 2. The grenadier will use the M320 to destroy the mortar equipment if the 240 Bravo cannot destroy the equipment. Bravo team leader will coordinate with the AG over FM comms until the decisive point is achieved. Alpha team will interdict enemy reinforcements on the roads leading in and out of the objective. Shift fire will occur when assault team pops smoke to cross the LDA on phase line 1. At that point, the support by fire will confirm the shift fire over the radio, or alternatively with the whistle, to TRPs 1 and 2. The assault team will aggressively, successfully bound over Objective Phantom using routes hot and cold, and they're going to halt at phase line 2, engaging targets as they appear between TRPs 1 and 2. A lift fire will be initiated when the squad leader signals support by fire to lift fire at phase line 2 over the radio or with a whistle. Support by fire will confirm over the radio or with a whistle, and the assault will continue to conduct team bounding across the Objective Phantom, going through route cold and route hot until they reach phase line 3, which is the LOA. Then once they go through phase line 2, the assault team will engage in targets between TRPs 4 and 5. The Bravo team leader will confirm the LOA has been reached over the radio. Special teams actions once they've reached the LOA. The Bravo team leader will gather lace, squad leader directs a litter, EPW will ensure the mortar team equipment is destroyed if time permits. The withdrawal plan, assault team is going to withdraw through the objective using route assault back to the ORP. Then the support by fire will follow suit behind the assault team, and then once they're back to about the RP, the Bravo team leader will, over the FM radio, make contact with Alpha team leader to have them pick up and head back to the ORP via route security. Some contingencies here. First off, casualty collection point is going to be at the RP, and then if there's enemy reinforcements, fight in place to disrupt. If we have an enemy CSK 141 come up, the AT4 with the gun team is going to take out the CSK 141. If more reinforcements, we're going to have to maintain comms with higher. If we have ineffective support by fire, we are going to have to do a functions check and contact the squad leader. Friendly casualty, aid leader, Bravo team leader, and the grenadier will provide security for the casevac. EPWs, we're going to zip tie and leave them on the objective because we are on a short amount of time. This will end with This phase ends with first squad and gun 1 reconsolidated at the ORP. For phase 5, exfil, we are looking at once they're back at the ORP, the squad leader will determine redistribution of ammo and emphasis on the lead element back to the patrol base, alpha team. I'll have gun 1 change their M240 Bravo barrel if needed. We're going to return using the primary route for maximum concealment. Feel free to deviate from that route to maximize concealment. We're going to conduct radio checks with hire every half hour. We're going to conduct recon when possible, emphasis on the enemy recon squad that's about a click and a half north of us. Weapons tight, and if we take contact, we're going to break contact and reconsolidate at the next or the last checkpoint, depending on where we are. Communicate over TCM with hire, react to IDF if we take any, and contact with enemy recon squad. We'll just attempt to remain undetected and contact hire over the TCN. EPWs, we're going to conduct in accordance with the 5 S's and coordinate with PL. For coordinating instructions, the PIR, this is enemy intel that would drive a commander's decisions regarding risk opportunity. If there's no enemy mortar team on objective Phantom, we would just abort mission. If the enemy troop equipment is greater than a team size, we would need to obviously have to maintain comms with hire and maybe think about sending reinforcements. If we ID mortar equipment, if there's no equipment there, is the mission worth the risk? If the enemy is aware of our composition and disposition, will we have to halt and change the plan? For our FFIR, if we take friendly casualties, do we need to focus on Castleback and Exfil? It's going to be MET-TC. If catastrophic weapon malfunction, can we destroy the end mortars if the 240 and M320 don't operate? It's going to be important to take into consideration. And then also, if our soft or hard element is compromised, we're going to have to react fast enough if we're made out. This concludes my squad execution brief.